This stuff right here, nanche, supposedly it tastes like cheese. Now, I haven't tried it yet. You can see the top isn't popped yet. It's sealed in its jar. I just watched a video on Weird Explorer where he tried these and he said they tasted kind of like cheese. At some points he was mentioning like sharp cheddar, some points he said like a salty Parmesan. And then he made a video where he actually turned this into ice cream and he didn't like it. But I'm just wondering if there's another use for this. So let's try it. I wanna see, does this actually taste like a cheese? And if it does, I hope it does, because otherwise I don't have a video. If it does, can we make something super cheesy out of it? Will this be the best vegan cheese flavor extract? Let's see. I'm really excited and nervous. Oh my God, if I can get it open. Ooh, there was no pop. Okay. Now, there is a seed in this. There is kind of like a weird smell. We'll see, does it actually taste like cheese? It's cheesy for sure. I can taste it. I was thinking that we might have had to like dial it down to get that cheesy, like the sweetness out and like the cheesy flavor up. But I don't think we're gonna have to do that. I think there's enough like cheddar flavor here to where we can use this as the base of our cheese sauce if we were to make like a macaroni and cheese. I think these are gonna flavor a sauce enough to kind of put it over the edge of cheesy flavor with some other cheesy flavors. So let's get moving. Let's put together a cheesy sauce. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to remove the flesh from this like little seed here. But then there's also like this like sweet, weird, kind of almost sticky, foul smelling syrup that I wanna get off as well. So I have a little cup of like pretty warm, fairly like hot water. I'm just gonna drop in maybe a tablespoon or so of some vinegar. This is just like a rice vinegar. I'm kind of hoping that's gonna kind of tampen down that syrup a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and get out quite a bit of these guys, let them soak in this water. Hopefully this will dilute this sugary syrup. Close this lid and store these aside for our future nanche uses. So at this point, these guys feel pretty good. They actually, it worked pretty well. So all I'm going to do is just pull them out of their little vinegary system that I made here, and then we are just going to remove the flesh from the seed. So I'm just gonna do my best to get as much off as I can. So yeah, these things they're super funky. I'm really happy with the yield. We have probably about that half a cup of like material that I was talking about, loose half cup. So we're gonna need some plant milk for this recipe. So let me tell you about today's sponsor, Almond Cow, my new favorite plant-based milk maker. Almond Cow is a real game changer and it makes the experience of making plant-based milk simple and fun. And the best part is there's zero waste, and since you're making your own plant-based milk, there's no fillers required. Now, using the Almond Cow is simple and healthy. They have a ton of recipes available, but really, it only requires 2 ingredients from most of them. Just the nut, grain, or seed of your choice that you're gonna be milking and some water. Today I'm gonna be making cashew milk. So we just need to add 1 cup of cashews to the filter basket, screw the top onto the filter basket with the help of the collector cup, add water to the base, then put the top onto the base, and then push the cow start button. And in a minute, we have some awesome cashew milk. I mean, and it is good. I love this stuff. And I love how sustainable it is. Every Almond Cow prevents at least 500 plastic cartons from entering landfills and oceans, and that's important. And I know I've said this, but it is super convenient. I mean, super convenient. It's super easy to clean, it's super easy to make your milk. Really, I haven't had to buy any store-bought plant-based milk since owning this thing. Just pull it out of your pantry, pull it out of the shelf, open it up, run the milk maker, and you have yourself some plant-based milk. It's really that easy. So gang, click the link in the description below and pick up your Almond Cow today. You're gonna love it, I'm telling you. It's one of my favorite kitchen tools. So I'm thinking about a cup of milk to the half a cup of nanche should give us a good equalization of flavors. And I'm just gonna use my stick blender and just kind of just pulverize these down into a thick, hopefully thick cream, cheesy flavored cream. So at this point we have like a nice kind of like creamy texture here. And there is just a faint bit of that cheesiness flavor. So we're gonna up those cheesy flavors. We're gonna thicken this up and we're gonna pour it over some macaroni. I just wanna see what Monica says. Now, we are gonna be using some traditional vegan cheese flavors to make this cheesier, but I'm kind of hoping that the base of this cheese flavor, you really kind of like, it's almost like a cheesy extract, that's gonna really come out. I think it's gonna really stand out. I think it's gonna make a difference in making this vegan cheese cheesier. So let's whip up some vegan cheese really quick. This is gonna be pretty simple. I'm excited about this little mixture here.
So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to run our cheese nanche mixture through a wire mesh strainer just to get out any of those extra fibers and the cellulose bits from the skin. Now we just need some vegan butter. I'm going to be using Miyoko's vegan butter. We're just going to melt that in the microwave for a few seconds, get it melted down, and then just pour that right in. We're going to be using about a half of a cup. Now for the rest of our vegan cheese flavors, let's use about a half cup of nutritional yeast, then just whisk that right in. We're going to be whisking and tasting as we go. We're developing a new cheese flavor, so I just want to do this in incremental steps. So now that I've tasted, I want to make it a little bit more warm tasting. We're going to add some mustard, a little bit of citric acid, and some lactic acid. Both of those are going to give this a kind of cheesier flavor, a little sour. Now we just need some smoked paprika, turmeric, and then whisk again. So now I've given it a taste, and we're going to bring this up a little bit more with some garlic powder and one of my favorite seasonings, mushroom seasoning. This is a mushroom extract. It is going to add like a glutamate taste to it, that savory stuff. Give it a taste again. It's pretty good. Now let's put it on the heat. While it's coming up, we want to add something that's going to give it that thickness. This is going to be potato starch. I'm doing 2 tablespoons. Now we're just going to be whisking this consistently all the way through until it starts to thicken up. This is going to thicken up pretty quick. You're going to start to see some like waves develop. That's how you know that you're getting to the point where it's almost done. At this point, turn the heat way down or even pull your bowl off the heat because it's going to thicken up to this, and that is almost too far. I've made it a little chalky. That's my fault. Now we just need to make our macaroni and cheese, toss our macaroni, put it back in the pan, and then let's add our nanche cheese sauce. Stir this up. I mean, the texture should be okay. I just went a little too far. That's okay. You can make yours thinner if you like. Throw it in a bowl, and now let's get ready for a taste test. I'm really curious to see what Monica thinks about our nanche cheese.
Okay, so the texture's not 100%, but I think we have a decent macaroni and cheese. Baby, give it a try.
Okay.
Okay, cheers.
I like it. The texture's pretty good.
Yeah, the texture's actually really good. So, does it have a cheddar flavor?
For sure. It is cheddary.
Yeah, it really is. Like more than my normal vegan cheese.
Yeah, it definitely has a cheddar flavor.
Do you taste the nutritional yeast?
Yeah, and there is a tinge of sweetness to it.
Yep.
But it's like, it's still so good. Like, it doesn't make a difference.
So I do think even though it was like mild, like the cheddar flavor that it added, it did add some sharpness to this and some funkiness to this that your normal vegan cheese might not have. I know a lot of times to get that like sharp cheddar taste, they add olive juice, like brined olive juice. I think this kind of like takes care of it. It's really good. I mean, we're killing it.
Yeah, I can't stop eating it. It's delicious. I love it.
Like, do you think could Kraft make like a macaroni and nanche and people would be happy about it?
I do, yeah, it's delicious.
It actually is pretty good.
I don't see why they couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm happy about this.
This is really good.
It is good.
Yeah.